Hello, my name is Minzy. This is a funeral tie, and I'm here to talk about England versus Australia, the second test that happened at the Gabba. Before this video kicks off, obviously, thoughts and prayers to the victims that have lost their lives at the Bondi Beach attack. But a special shout out to Mr. Ahmed Al Ahmed, who apprehended one of the victims, was injured himself, and if it ever encapsulates the true meaning of Aussie spirit, then give that man every honour you could give, because that was legendary what he did. And obviously, thoughts and prayers for those who have lost their lives. Anyways, thought I would talk about Australia versus England before they play their third test at the Adelaide. Is it the Adelaide Oval? I'm sure it's the Adelaide Oval. But hey, the second test match at the Gabba, and I knew Australia were going to win this one, because England have got an awful record at the Gabba. They really, truly, well and truly have a stinker at the Gabba. But hey ho, off to Brisbane they went. England won the toss. The first and second innings read 3-3-4 all out and 2-4-1 all out. Australia were 511 all out in the first innings, and then in the second innings, all they had to do was chase down a quite pathetic score of 64 to win the whole game, and they did it with 8 wickets to spare. Listen, I'm going to talk about accountability here, because I feel like there's a lack of accountability from the England cricket team. I really do. See, I play, obviously, cricket for Mossley Hill. Fantastic bunch of lads. I really thank them every day that I play for them. And we were in this little indoor league for Academy North. Now, the rules were we were going to get relegated unless we won one of our 2 matches. Okay, and I was scheduled to play the last of those 2 matches, not the first one. And unfortunately, we lost the first one, so we had to win the second one. So, I said to myself, look, before I'd even played this game, I'm going to give myself a bit of practice here. At the end of the day, it's all about putting runs on the board. I just kept practicing and practicing in the batting cage, because that's what I do. I go to this little place called Gravity Max. I play a few strokes here and there, and I just try get myself in the game. In fact, I was trying all sorts of things. I was doing a little bowling. I was making my own imaginary wickets when I bowl in line and on the stumps. I was doing a little bit of fielding as well, where I was trying to roll the ball forward, trying to make sure it doesn't hit the side nettings, grab it and try aim it at the stumps, pretending that, fielders are running in between the wickets. I was doing all of that. But the one thing I said, I said, mate, myself, Minzy, don't get run out. Don't get run out, lad. Just don't get fucking run out. And the thing that you have to do in indoor cricket is you have to do 2 things when you're making a run, because it is 2 runs. Okay, it's 2 runs when you run in between the wickets, not like the 1 run that you play in normal cricket. Anyway, when you run between the wickets and you run 1, that actually counts as 2. So obviously, if you run 2, that's 4, but that's very rare. But anywho, I kept saying to myself, don't get run out. And the thing is, when you're playing indoor cricket, you have to do 2 things when you're running in between the wickets. You have to make sure that obviously your batting partner or yourself hits the ball, and you have to run straight away, just a tiny bit, not fully. Don't fully commit. Just run a tiny bit, and then do a second look to see where the ball is going. Okay, you have to do 2 things. You have to hit the ball, run a bit, and then do a second look and see where's the ball going, where's the ball tracking. Now, I was at the non-striker's end. My captain was at the striker's end. He hit the ball. I did the first part, but I didn't do the second part, because as soon as he hit it, I just sprinted. And by the time I did the second look, I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked and I went, oh fuck, he's hit it straight at the bowler. I've had an open goal at my stumps. There's no way I'm going to survive this. By the time I turned round and was trying to get back at my crease, it was all done and dusted. And I just felt sick. I felt sick to my stomach that I did that to myself. I did that to the team, more importantly. I fucked it up. I genuinely fucked it up. I hold my culpabilities. I fucked it up. If I would have just stayed at the crease, I would have been in. We would have maybe could have strung a few partnership here and there like the last time I did it. Just didn't happen. And I have to hold my hands up. I keep running into my own red flags. Did it in uni in Bulgaria. I said to myself, no, don't get involved in that red flag. There's too many red flags. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Just concentrate on your studies and focus on that career. But no, I overlooked the red flags. I went straight for the emotions and I wasted 7 to 8 years of pointlessness. So I'm a walking disaster. I just walk into red flags. I walk into my own stupidity. And I'm just a walking disaster, unfortunately. But at least I own up to my fuck-ups. You know what I'm saying? At least I own up to my culpabilities. I'm only human. I make mistakes. It's just the way it is. You know, I own up to it. England, though, do they really own up to it? I don't know. I don't want to be harsh on them because at the end of the day, going to Australia is not an easy thing to do. You know, I'm not one of these players. At least I'm thankful I don't have to face a Mitchell Stark in-swinging, searing Yorker that is hurtling towards my off stump at 150 billion miles per hour. I don't have to deal with that nonsense. I think I'd shit myself if I saw Mitchell Stark bowling at me at full pelt. I think I'd rather cry rather than bloody face one of his balls. But yeah, something that Charlie Cook mentioned on his little Instagram little reel story, that he said that England don't really play day-night matches. Not many teams do, you know. It's a rare occasion playing pink ball tests, but there was a match between the England Lions and the Australian Presidential Select, and the England cricket team said that they're not going to put any of their players into that game. And I thought that was a mistake. I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you? You're 1-0 down. You can't afford to go 2-0 down. If you draw the game at the Gabba, fair enough. That's not a be-all and end-all of the Ashes series. But if you lose, wasn't it something crazy like it's been over like 100 years before any team has come back from 2-0 down to win the Ashes 3-2 outright? You couldn't have afforded to have lost the game at the Gabba. I would have put some practice in, like I did. At least I've gone out and practiced. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I tried. Put players into that team. Please, put players into the England Lions team. There was ample opportunity to get some practice in. There was ample opportunities to get some practice in. And instead, what I've just witnessed is something out of the Bangladeshi playbook. I mean, in fact, if Bangladesh had done what England have just done here, I would have technically been proud of Bangladesh, my other side of the roots of where I'm from. You know, but fuck Bangladesh, bro. There's just shit, bro. I'm not here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about England. But they genuinely played like Bangladesh. I can't understand it. The only thing that was genuinely pleasing about, and there was only a few skirtings of what I've been pleased with, is that Joe Root, the man of the moment, 138 runs in the first innings. He's first down under. What a guy. What a highlight. And Archer as well, chipping in with 38 runs. Archer outscored 8 of our batters. 8 of our other batters. That's incredible. He's a tail-ender batsman, but he outscored 8 of our players. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Apart from that, we got cocked around everywhere. Everywhere. We got absolutely humiliated. No one can play Stark at all. No one. First innings, he completely obliterated us. Second time around, first innings, 6 for 75. 6 for 75. And to top it all off, in the first innings, he scored 77 runs himself. I don't know what to say. He's literally cocking us. And then he gets 2 for 64 in the second innings. Unbelievable. And don't get me started on Mr. Smith. Fucking hell. He absolutely laid into the... He pummeled us. He absolutely pummeled us. I mean, he got out for 61 from a beautiful Jack's Cats. Oh, man, I want to watch that Will Jack's Cats every single fucking time because he gives me inspiration. That's the way I want to be filled. I want to feel like that. Diving in full strength, almost Ed Allison-like for Liverpool. Dives across, one-handed, what a catch. I'm going to try and practice that as much as I can because that was beautiful. I don't think Smith could have hit it any better himself. He hooked it. I thought it was going past him, but what a catch. But then, in his response, he jacks himself out with a one-handed catch that slips off Carson's bowling. Off Nazer's bowling. Wow. He got his revenge in that second innings against England with a one-handed blinder. Absolutely amazing. Neza, a 5 for 42 at his own turf at the Gabba. He had a blinder of a day as well. And to top it all off, what was Smith saying to Archer? What was it? Bowl fast when there is nothing going on, champ. Winding Archer up. And then Archer kept bowling faster and faster and faster, and he just got inside his head. He's like, he said that quote because he wanted pace on the ball, because he knew what he was going to do to him, and he played him. Archer probably should have seen that and said, okay, fine, I'll just slow it up and be a bit clever on you, but nobody went off and told him this. Although, having said that, when you're only defending 64, is it worth going up to him saying, go on, mate, change the game a tiny bit? But nobody backed Archer. They just let him be slaughtered by Smith. They let him be slaughtered by Smith, and poor old Archer got pulled around everywhere. Listen, it's tough to go to Australia. It's tough to beat them at their own patch, but this Ange Postecoglou type of cricket of Bazball, high line, inshallah, kind of nonsense. You're thinking, well, where's the high line in the cricket? No, the high shot making in the cricket, just high risk taking in the cricket. It's I don't think it's working. There's got to be a plan B. There really has got to be a plan B. In fact, if Root hadn't scored 138, would England have got to a decentish total of 334 in the first innings? I don't know, because at least Root played somewhat sensibly. All I kept seeing was flashes of the outside edge and just going above slips or just going wide of slip. Like, I get the whole element of high-risk shot, putting the bowler under pressure, putting him off his line, and just counter-attacking and scoring runs at a frenetic pace that you get to 400 at such a quick pace, and then you can put the other team into pressure. But it's not been working. It's not been working. None of us have figured out Mitchell Stark. None of us have figured out any of their bowling attack from Australia. And our bowling hasn't been too great either. Bowling it wide, bowling it full, it's just too easy for them. And our short ball has been predictable as well. We've been out-Bazballed. We got out-Bazballed by Travis Head. We got out-Bazballed by bloody Smith. Smacking that winning run as a 6. It's unacceptable. It's genuinely unacceptable so far with the way we've played. I even don't understand in the third Ashes. We're playing at Adelaide where it's spin friendly. Nathan Lyons is obviously coming back into the Australian fold. And we've replaced Bashir for Josh Tongue. Nothing against Josh Tongue. He's a fabulous bowler. But why not have Bashir in it? If you're going to have Tongue, put Bashir in the team. He's an out-and-out spinner, right? The whole point of the third Ashes was Bashir versus Lyons. I was looking forward to that. But anywho, that's the decision. Let's see what happens. I just hope for the England fans who've spent nearly £2,000. I mean, I've checked online. It costs £1,806 for the cheapest ticket to go to Adelaide tomorrow, man. I don't know what to say. I feel for the England fans who've obviously spent a lot of money to go to this game. I feel some sympathies for the England players who are out there just getting battered and bruised, but something needs to change. Something drastically needs to change, and I'm sure Nathan Lyons is going to have a big say on a spin-friendly pitch in Adelaide. I'm sure he is, but they need to dig deep. They need to not keep playing high risk taking Baz Bolans, Postecoglou type cricket all the fucking time, and just saying if we're batting first, please just bat sensibly. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. I don't want to see an Ashes test finish inside 2 days. Thankfully, this Ashes test lasted 4 days. Just dig in, lads. Just dig in. And please take your catches. There's a reason why I called this a Bangladesh versus Australia match rather than an England-Australia match. You dropped 5 catches in the first innings, for fuck's sake. This is generally something I would see from Bangladesh, not from England. Not from England. The stuff that Jacks did, that's the kind of fielding I'm expecting from England. None of that drop catch nonsense. Like I said, if Bangladesh did this, I would have been proud of them. But no, I'm not proud. Not proud. I'm an Englishman watching the Ashes. All right, listen, Reform, don't lay into me on that I'm an Englishman statement. I know, trust me, I know. Okay, but no, seriously, come on, basics, lads, basics. Come on, England, just pull it out of the bag at the Adelaide. We have to win it. We have to win it. We have to go for it. Hopefully we win the toss. Hopefully we bat first. And just, this is it. It's do or die. It's do or die. Hopefully we can win, make it 2-1. And then we'll see what happens next. But from now, desperately sad, desperately desperate. Let's see if the England players can be accountable, dig deep, and just go for it, lads. Go for it. I'm Minaz. I'm signing off.